I'm Marsha Rose, and welcome back to my channel. So yeah, I am back with part 2 of my story with my abusive narcissistic ex. Yes. Thank you for coming back. Whoever came back to listen to the rest of my story. This is going to be part 2 of it. I'm not going to do the whole thing on this episode, but this episode was when it started turning into the cheating aspect of it. What is it? What is it? What is the phases of narcissism? It's love bomb, devaluation. So this was when she started to devalue me. Yes, it started in part 1, but I will get more into it in this part. But before I get into this conversation, I would like for you guys to please like and subscribe to my channel. Please and thank you. Like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to like and subscribe to this channel. Okay, so last part we left off was the part when she gave me the black eye and I ended up staying. So that night I stayed, I did have to go to work the next morning. And so, I did not want to miss work because it was very crucial for me to go to work because they weren't very understanding when it came to calling out. So I was like, you know what? I have to go to work. It is what it is. I have to go to work. I don't want to lose my job. So I'm going to do what I got to do. So the morning of, her mom came back from work because her mother did work overnight. Her mother came from work before I actually left in the morning. And she went to greet her mom at the door, and she basically told her mother seen the chaos that was in the house because we didn't really clean up after what had happened. And her mother was like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And then she literally said to her mom, she said, look at her face. And her mom just looked at me, and her mom just put her head down. Her mom was like, oh my God, what did you do? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? And it's so crazy because her mother knows her so much that she already knows, like, this is my child and my child does this. And it's not shocking, but still at the same time, she's just like, why do you continue to do this to these women? And so I'm just there crying. By this time, my eye is huge because, like I said, once somebody punches you in the eye, the day before, it looks bad, but the morning after, it looks horrible. So I'm just sitting in here, eye halfway shut, like, it was just crazy, and it was just sad, like, that I was going through this. I was like, I can't believe I'm going through this with this woman. This is freaking nuts. I never thought that I was going to be going through this situation. So then, like I said, did she drop me off at work, or did I bring myself to work? Because I worked downtown, so I didn't really like going to work, driving to work. But I think she drove me to work. And since she was like so possessive, she did not want me to be out of her sight. So I think she did drive me to work, and she brought me to work or whatever. And when I got to work, one of my supervisors was like, what? Basically, I said to my supervisor, I bumped into the doorknob. That's why my eye looks like that. My supervisor literally looked in my eye and said, it looked like somebody hit you in your eye. And I just, laughed it off and tried to play like it wasn't nothing. But deep down in my heart, I was so sad that I had to literally go into this place where people would see me with this big black swollen eye. That somebody that said that they loved me a few minutes ago did to me. It was ridiculous that I was going through. And like for the whole time that I was at work, I didn't even stay at work because I was just crying while I was at work, like trying to hide my face. I think I had glasses on and it was painful too. So I ended up telling my boss, I was like, yeah, I went to him and I was like, yeah, somebody did punch me in my eye and I just want to go home because my eye is hurting really bad and emotionally I am not here and I'm not capable to work right now. So I ended up going back home. She picked me up from work and I went back home, and then I went back to where she lived and I was just like staying with her still. And she was back to breadcrumbing me and loving me and just saying, how much I love you and all of this stuff, and just trying to make me feel like, just trying to make me feel good. And in the back of my mind, I was like, girl, you should not be in this situation. And I was telling my friends, I took pictures of my eyes, I sent it to my friends. My friends were so mad, they wanted to fight her. They even sent it to my ex-girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend was pissed and wanted to beat her right away. Like, she wanted to fight her real bad, because people who know me know that I'm not really that type of person that's just like a fighter and going to do stuff like that. So like a lot of people were feeling, really bad for me. Like, they was pissed because they were like, you don't even deserve that and you going through that. But at that moment, I just thought that I was just making an excuse that I should have never did that. Like, I should have never did what I did to her. If I would have never did what I did or post what I post, then she would have never put her hands on me, which is one of the first signs of an abusive relationship. And so after that, it came to a point where I was just tired. There was so many things that she was doing. There was a lot of different things that she was doing. There was one time, like when my eye was starting to get better, it wasn't fully better, but it was starting to get better. Her and I went to the gym, and when we went to the gym, she was there with her friend, and I heard her say to her friend, look at her face. And her friend seen my eye, and I was like, so you just not ashamed of what you're doing? Like, you're just trying to make it seem like this is normal, and that's psychotic. Like, and then there was another time, like, and then after that had happened, it was I was still there. I didn't have, like I said, I didn't really have nowhere to go. I could have went back to my parents' house, but then I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to go to my parents' house, so I didn't end up going to my parents' house. So then, Leonis. Okay. So then I ended up so after the black eye situation, like I said, I'm going to get into the cheating aspect of it. So there would be times when her and I would, and a lot of times as soon as I get off the tool, I would just, a smell will come from that area. So she had a big issue with it. She was like, why does this keep happening to you? Like, what's going on? What's going on with your area? Like, she was making it seem like it was me not knowing the broad was cheating on me, probably using the same thing or whatever and using it on the other people. So it was giving me, frequently I was getting BV. So I was just blaming it on myself. Like, why is this always happening to me? Like, something's wrong with my area, and I don't want to lose my girlfriend, so I have to fix what it is that I need to fix with my area, because if I don't, then she's going to go out and cheat on me. So I think it was probably about either December or January where she had gotten a job. She got a job at a club. Her best friend had introduced her to the job, and so she started working at the club. And there was a girl that worked at the club who was straight, like she said. And she, you know, I seen her with on Facebook. She took a picture with her, and I was like, "Who is this girl that you're taking a picture with?" And she was like, "Oh, this nobody. You know, she's straight, so you shouldn't worry about it." So I was like, my intuition was like, "Girl, worry, because it's something else besides that." So, you know, I was like, she was like, but my friend like her, like she's straight, she doesn't deal with girls, she actually has a boyfriend, and you know, just saying all of this stuff. And she was like, you probably know her because y'all went to school together. She's a little younger than you, but y'all went to school with each other, so you probably know her. I was like, probably not, because I didn't really know people that was younger than me, and I really didn't know who she was. She was a beautiful woman, you know, so I wouldn't put, you know, I wasn't putting it past her. Like, so then there was a time when my girlfriend picked me up from work, and her friend was in the car, and the girl was in my car too. And I'm just like, why is this girl in my car, and why you have her in my car with your friend? I'm like, I don't recall telling you that you could bring this girl and your friend in my car. So she had the girl in my car, but like she kept saying, that's my friend and you shouldn't worry about it. And so my intuition was like I said, worry, bitch, worry, because it's something. So it was later on that I started to, later on down the road, I ended up, there was one morning that her and I was sleeping. While we were sleeping, I actually had a dream. Yeah, when I tell you, my dreams always tell me they tell me some shit all the time. So I was dreaming about her and having an affair with the girl. And then all of a sudden her phone started ringing, and it woke me up out of my sleep. Why it was the girl calling? That gave me proof that this girl was messing with my shorty. Like, I got it right then and there. Like, God was like, girl, this is happening. This is happening. You need to be more cautious of what's going on. So Valentine's Day comes around. This is now February. It's around Valentine's Day. And her and I spent Valentine's Day together. There was actually a huge storm, like was it Valentine's Day? So her and I was snowed in at her friend's house. So we stayed at her friend's house. She gave me a teddy bear, you know, the basic stuff that you get for Valentine's Day. And I'm just with her, you know, just with my shorty. So then I think it was on that, either that Friday or that Saturday, where because we were there the whole time through the storm, and that either that Friday or Saturday, I had she was like, oh, I gotta drop something off at her friend's house, which is the girl. So me and her went to the girl's house, and the girl opened the door, and we were just, I guess she gave the girl whatever she needed to give her. And then she was like, oh, I'm about to go back to my house. And she thought that she was just going to go to her house and leave me at her house with my car. So she was literally about to take my car and go do whatever she wanted to do. I was like, no, I need my car. Right? I said, no, I need my car. I have things to do. So no, you're not taking my car. You could take your mother's car, but you're not taking my car. So I had this friend. This friend was actually friends with the girl she was messing with. Not even friends like that, but they knew of each other. So the friend, I had asked her, before that, I had asked her some information about this girl. She told me the girl was straight, like my ex had told me. And I don't know why she would be messing with your girlfriend. But I had called up my friend, and I was like, yo, I think this is about to go down, come ride out with me. Because one thing I would do, I will ride and do the investigation, and I'm gonna see what I need to see when I need to see it. So yes, kind of crazy. Mind you, there was a snowstorm. They didn't even clean all the snow and stuff off the ground yet. But I was ready to catch this bitch in action, that she was doing some stuff. Oh, and I forgot to say, no, I'm gonna get to that later on. But so then I picked up my friend, and me and my friend went like first we went by her mom's house to see if she was there still and if the car was there, and the car wasn't there. And then I went to I got well, no, I had already got my friend. So me and my friend went over by where her friend's house was. So we went to the friend's house. The car her mother's car wasn't at the girl's house yet. So me and my friend literally drove, because her friend had a one-way street. So I know whichever way that she was going to come from, there was only one way she could come from. So I made sure I found a parking space that was near that street. So if her mother's car was to come, I'm going to see it. So I'm standing there for mad long, just chilling. Like, I think it was like an hour or so that I was just sitting there chilling and waiting for her to come to see what's gonna happen. So I'm sitting there in the driveway, and in that driveway just sitting, and I'm just talking to my friend. We talking pure shit. And I don't know what made me call my ex-girlfriend, but I ended up calling my ex-girlfriend at the time. And I was telling her basically what was going on, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy. If you need me, you could come by my house." And I was like, "You know what? It is what it is." So me and my friend had went to Wendy's, and I had called my girlfriend because I wanted to know where she was. So when I called her, she had answered, and I was like, "Where are you?" And she was like, "Oh, I am." She said that she was like, I said, "I am here and I wanted to see you. And so where are you?" And she was like, "Oh, I forgot where she said." And then she started to accuse me. She was like, "Where are you? Are you where you supposed to be? Because you said that you was going to be da 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 da." I was like, "I wanted to get something to eat. So this is where I'm at. Are you going to come by there?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm going to come." Stirring at everything, like she was thinking that she was gonna catch me in some stuff. So I'm just like, "Okay, well, I'll be waiting for you here." So I'm sitting there at the Wendy's waiting for her to come, and I call her back, and she was like, "Man, I ain't coming over there. I was like, "Okay, it's whatever." So me and my friend go back to our little sitting spot. We eating our food in our little spot, trying to figure some stuff out. Still the car does not come. So I'm like, you know what, it is what it is. My anxiety is on 10 at this point, because I already know that I'm gonna find some stuff out. So then I'm like, you know what, let me and her go to my ex-girlfriend's house. So me and my friend went to my ex-girlfriend's house. So we there at my ex-girlfriend's house, and we just chilling. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just telling her what's going on. And I have high anxiety. I just want to go back to the place, and I want to see if I see what I need to see. So I'm just talking. So I'm just there with her, and I'm talking to her, and her and my friend was just talking because she knew my friend. So she was just talking to my friend or whatever, while I'm still on high alert, ready. I'm trying right now. I'm just trying to waste some time. So by the time I get back over to where the girl she is at, she's actually there with the girl. So yeah, I'm like to my friend, "Okay, let's go. We gotta go." So I go, and we drive down the one-way street, and we park in front of her friend's house. So when we park in front of her friend's house, I go to the back to the parking lot to see if her mother's car is in the back. I see that car in the back. So I'm calling my girlfriend, calling her, ringing down her phone. She ain't answering. And I'm calling. And then I go up to her friend's window and I go, nobody coming to the window. I go, nobody coming to. Then I call her again and she answered the phone. And I say, I'm outside. So does she open the door or her friend open the door? So I think it was her friend that opened the door. And my friend, mind you, my friend in the car still, because my friend don't know what's going on. She don't know what I seen, what I heard, no nothing. So I could get crazy if I want. But I don't want to do this crazy stuff. So I end up going to, I think her friend had opened the door. No, she opened the door. And I walked past, I'm like, yo, what's going on? And then I grab her face and I smell her mouth. And I'm like, why your mouth smell like cocoa butter? Why I say that? Because earlier in the day when we had left her friend's house, I told her to put some cocoa butter on her body because she said she was ashy. So I was like, why don't you use your friend cocoa butter? She was like, no, I don't like cocoa butter. So then I'm like, when I grab her face and I smell her face and I smell the cocoa butter on her face, I'm like, why you smell like, why your face smell like cocoa butter? You just told me you ain't like cocoa butter. So why you smell like cocoa butter? So then I push her out the way. I go downstairs to where her friend house is, and I'm looking all over that house. I'm looking in the bedroom. I'm searching under the bed. I'm looking all around the house. I go to the bathroom. The bathroom door is locked. Got the bitch in the bathroom door. In the bathroom, right? And then I run up on her. And we drop to the ground. And I put my knee in her chest. And I'm like, yo, you over here messing around and cheating on me? You got her locked up in the bathroom? That's what you doing? I said, okay. And she was like, what are you talking about? Nobody's here. Nobody's here. There's nobody here. And she was like, when you get up off of me, we fighting. So I'm like, so I'm still kneeling in her chest. And I'm talking cash shit in her face. She ain't doing nothing. So I get up off of her and she get up. She don't do nothing to me. You know, she don't do nothing to me. So then I'm still looking around the house. And I see the girl's sneakers. How I knew it was the girl's sneakers? Because it was some Jordans. And she told me how that girl is loving Jordan. And when I seen that girl, she had them Jordans on. So I knew it was that girl's sneakers. I was like, yo, I grabbed those sneakers. I threw it at my girlfriend's face. And I said, you gonna regret it. You gonna regret this. And I left out the door. And you guys, this is where I'm going to end it. It gets better. It gets better. But all you guys, thank you guys so much for watching part 2 of my relationship that I had with my narcissistic ex-girlfriend. I'm heated. I'm trying to settle down right now because I'm heated, still remembering about that stuff and what that stuff did to me. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you've gotten this far, thank you. I appreciate it 100,000 trillion %. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, y'all. Marsha Rose is out of here. Bye.